Welcome to the deep dive. Ever feel like your carefully crafted emails just vanish into the digital ether?
Happens all the time.
Right. So today we're cracking the code to making sure they land, get read, and, actually do their job.
And our secret weapon, as it were.
Practice questions from the Certified Marketing Cloud Email Specialist exam. Now, stick with us even if that sounds super technical.
Yeah, definitely.
Think of this as your insider's guide to email marketing that actually, well, works.
Exactly. This isn't really about passing a test. It's more about extracting those core principles that, separate email success stories from inbox nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
These questions, they really highlight the crucial strategies, and our goal today is to give you that distilled knowledge, sort of a shortcut to understanding what truly drives effective digital communication.
Absolutely. We've got these practice scenarios and maybe more importantly, the reasoning behind the best solutions. It's like getting the Cliff's Notes for making your email campaigns shine. We're going to try and demystify everything from understanding what makes your subscribers tick to seeing if they're even noticing your emails.
Which is key.
Making your messages feel like they were written just for them, ensuring they actually arrive, and automating the bits that just bog you down.
Yep.
So whether you're a seasoned marketer or maybe just curious about how to send a better newsletter, you're definitely in the right place. Okay, let's dive into our first scenario.
All right, so imagine this. A marketer, they want to send emails that people actually want to receive.
The dream.
Right. And crucially, wants to cut down on those dreaded unsubscribes. The question is, which feature in Marketing Cloud is their best bet? Options are A, publication lists, B, send classification, C, profile center, and D, a data extension.
Okay. And the answer, revealing the magic behind happy subscribers, is C, the profile center.
Correct.
Now, for those of us who aren't living and breathing Marketing Cloud, what makes the profile center the key here? Why that one?
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is the power it puts directly in the hands of your audience.
Think of the profile center as like a personalized control panel for your subscribers. They can tell you exactly what kind of emails they want,
Okay.
how often they want to hear from you, maybe even specify topics of interest.
Ah, so it's like letting your friends choose their own adventure with your emails, kind of.
Precisely. That's a good way to put it. By giving subscribers this level of control over their inbox experience, you're directly addressing that feeling of, being bombarded with irrelevant messages.
Right.
They're far less likely to unsubscribe if they're only getting content that aligns with their interests. And this isn't just about reducing unsubscribes, really. It's about building trust
Yeah,
and
trust.
showing your audience you actually value their preferences, which, usually leads to higher engagement in the long run.
Makes sense.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's really about respecting your audience's attention right from the start.
That makes total sense. I like your analogy earlier,
Yeah.
like letting friends pick the snacks at a party instead of just throwing everything at them.
Okay, next up. We've got a marketing team wondering if anyone is actually clicking on the links they've so carefully placed in their emails. This next one feels crucial for knowing if all that hard work is paying off.
Absolutely. Measuring engagement beyond just opens is, well, vital. So this scenario involves tracking clicks on a specific link within an email campaign.
Oh, okay.
The options presented are A, Email Send Tracking and Automation Studio, B, Journey Builder, C, a data extension for manual storage, and D, the link performance report.
Right. And the winner for tracking those clicks is D, the link performance report. Sounds straightforward, maybe, but why is this the most effective way?
Well, Link Performance Report is specifically designed for this. It gives you really detailed breakdown of click activity for every tracked link in your email.
Okay.
What's valuable here is, I think, its directness and efficiency. While other tools might offer some click data,
Sure.
this report consolidates it all in one place. It shows you which links are most popular, how many total clicks, even the number of unique individuals who clicked. So, no digging through complex automation setups for trying to piece together data manually.
So you can actually see which links are getting all the love. That's super useful intel for figuring out what content really grabs people.
Exactly. So the broader implication here, understanding which links are performing well helps you refine your content strategy
Mm-hmm.
and optimize your calls to action for future campaigns. It's like direct feedback from your audience on what resonates.
Okay, let's move on to making emails feel less like a mass message and more like a one-on-one conversation. Our next scenario involves a marketer wanting to tailor email content based on where someone lives and what they've bought before.
Yeah, this takes us into personalization, which is just critical for cutting through the noise of a crowded inbox.
Stuff.
So the question asks, which marketing cloud tool would be used for this kind of dynamic content personalization? The choices: A, Content Builder with AMP script; B, Automation Studio for schedules; C, Contact Builder for segmentation; and D, Einstein engagement scoring.
And the answer is A, Content Builder with AMP script. Now, AMP script, that sounds a bit like a secret agent code name or something.
I am. Yeah, kinda.
What is it and how does it make emails so personalized?
Okay, so think of AMP script as a special language
Mm.
within Marketing Cloud. It lets you pull in and use specific data about your subscribers, like their location, purchase history, preferences they've shared,
Right.
and then dynamically change the content of the email based on that information right there in the email itself. Content Builder is simply the tool where you actually, create and insert these AMP script-powered sections.
So this is where emails can get really smart, showing you exactly what you might be interested in based on what they already know about you.
Precisely.
It's not just a generic blast, it feels tailored.
Exactly. And the broader implication.
Mm.
Effective personalization, it just leads to higher engagement, better click-through rates, and ultimately, stronger connections with your audience.
Yeah.
Because you're showing them you understand their individual needs and interests.
Right. Okay. Onto a really important area. Making sure we're being good digital citizens.
Yeah.
Not sending emails to people who've clearly said, no thanks.
Yeah, deliverability and respecting preferences are, well, non-negotiable. The scenario here is about preventing emails from going to those who have unsubscribed or maybe even flagged them as spam.
Okay.
The question asks how this is best achieved in Marketing Cloud. Options include importing to a separate data extension, using something called suppress all subscribers, employing exclusion scripts, or using a filtered list in all subscribers.
And the correct method for respecting those no thank yous is C, exclusion scripts. Tell us more about how these scripts act as the guardians of our send lists.
Well, what's important to understand is the automated and precise way exclusion scripts work. These scripts let you set specific rules
Yep.
that, when triggered right at the moment of sending, will automatically exclude subscribers who meet those criteria.
Mm.
So, for instance, you can create a script that checks a field in your subscriber data indicating they've unsubscribed or maybe marked emails as spam,
Got it.
and just ensure they don't receive the current campaign. This is really vital for maintaining a good sender reputation and, of course, complying with regulations. You set conditions, they get excluded automatically.
Basically, this is the do not disturb for email, making sure you only get messages you've actually signed up for.
Yeah.
It sounds like a much smarter and more hands-off way than trying to manually manage who wants out all the time.
Exactly. And the broader point, consistently honoring opt-outs builds that trust we talked about.
Right. Trust again.
And it protects your ability to reach the people who do want to hear from you in the long run.
Now let's talk about saving time, making our marketing workflows smoother. Our next question is about automating that often repetitive process of getting subscriber data into the system.
Efficiency, always a marketer's best friend.
Absolutely.
So the scenario describes a marketer wanting to automate the daily import of subscriber data into Marketing Cloud. The options given are A, Automation Studio with file transfer and import file activities; B, Journey Builder with an entry event; C, Content Builder with import rules; and D, Contact Builder for manual import.
Okay. And the tool for this automation task is A, Automation Studio with file transfer and import file activities. Sounds like it handles the heavy lifting, but why these specific activities? What do they do?
Right, so Automation Studio is basically the central hub for scheduling and automating all sorts of marketing tasks within Marketing Cloud.
Okay.
What makes this the right solution here is the dedicated functionality of those two activities working together: file transfer and import file. The file transfer activity can automatically grab data files from a specific place, like an FTP server, on a schedule you set.
Ah, okay.
Then the import file activity just seamlessly takes that file and uploads the subscriber data into your specified data extension, which, by the way, is essentially just a table, like a database table, within Marketing Cloud, used to store and manage your subscriber info.
No more manual dragging and dropping than this is all about setting it and forgetting it. In a good way, obviously.
Precisely. That sounds like a huge win for productivity.
Definitely.
And the implication, of course, is that automating these routine data tasks frees up valuable time for marketers. Time they can spend on more strategic things, like crafting compelling content or analyzing campaign performance.
Makes perfect sense. Finally, let's tackle that ongoing challenge, making sure our emails actually land in the inbox, not the dreaded spam folder.
Ah, yes, deliverability. The foundation, really, of successful email marketing. If they don't get it, nothing else matters.
True.
So the final scenario involves a marketer looking to improve their inbox placement rates. The question asks which practice helps with this. Options are A, increase image-to-text ratio, B, send at random intervals, C, avoid free email service sender addresses, and D, use personal email addresses as the from.
Okay. And the practice that helps us navigate those inbox filters is C, avoiding the use of sender addresses from free email services like Gmail or Yahoo. That might seem a bit surprising to some people. Why is that so important?
What's crucial to understand here is the level of um, trust and authentication associated with different types of email addresses.
Okay.
When you use a corporate or branded email address like at yourcompany.com, you can implement email authentication protocols,
Mm.
things like SPF, DCAM, DIRC.
Right, those technical acronyms.
Yeah, they essentially verify that you are who you say you are and that your domain hasn't been compromised. This builds trust with email providers like Gmail, Outlook, etc.
Hmm.
Free email services, on the other hand, well, they're more frequently used for spam, unfortunately, and they don't offer that same level of sender authentication, so they're just more likely to be flagged by spam filters.
Ah,
Think of it like receiving a letter in the mail. Would you trust a letter with no return address or one that's clearly from an identifiable business?
good point. The business one usually.
Exactly. Using a professional from address signals legitimacy and really helps improve your sender reputation over time.
Wow. So that from address actually matters a lot. It's like having a professional return address versus something that looks a bit, I don't know, suspicious.
Exactly right. And the broader implication here is simply that consistently achieving good deliverability is fundamental.
Yeah,
If your messages aren't reaching the inbox, all your other efforts, content, personalization, everything is basically wasted.
totally wasted. Thinking about all these key areas we've just discussed, maybe here's a thought for you listening. What's one thing you could immediately look at or adjust in your own email interactions or perhaps your own marketing efforts?
Yeah, that's a great takeaway question.
It really highlights how much thought and strategy goes into something we all kind of do or receive every single day. We definitely encourage you to explore these topics further and consider how these strategies might be relevant in your own context.
Absolutely.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into something equally insightful.